This video is going to be very important because a lot of my subscribers in this channel are willing to come to Calgary, or they are planning in 2025 to get to the city. And it's my responsibility, as it's been almost 2 years now. I wanted to give you guys my opinion about the city, an honest opinion. Number one is harsh winters and unpredictable weather. Number two is limited job opportunities, non-oil and gas sectors, you can say. Three is lack of culture and diversity in some areas. Highly car dependent city and poor public transport. Dry climate and high altitude. So let's talk about the harsh weather. So I'm making this video on May 13th and today it's almost around like 12 degrees. So it's always almost cold. There will be some days where we will see the temperature above like 30 degrees, but it will be very rare for like maybe 2 or 3 days. That's it. If you're planning, just keep in mind that the winter will be harsh, and then there will be Chinooks, and Chinooks can actually affect people with migraine issues. If you have migraine issue, this city is not for you. I'm telling you, do some research before coming here, or maybe visit this city during winters, and then you will feel the difference that when the temperature will go up or down, you'll feel some headaches, and that would be very annoying for a lot of people here. Make sure that you know what you are getting into. I met a guy a few days back and he told me that he had to go to the hospital and he got admitted for 3 days. 3 days for the migraine issue, just because of this freaking Chinook or whatever happens here. But the good part is that obviously because of that Chinook, the snow actually melts. So that is the pro of getting Chinooks. But then the worst part is the headache. For sure, there are limited job opportunities for oil and gas sectors. There will be some jobs, and obviously it's a boom and bust city. So the history of this city is all about, getting a lot of layoffs if you are working for oil and gas. But if you are working for IT, there is some growth in IT industry here. Financial side is not as good as Toronto or not as good as Vancouver. Toronto has a very big financial district, so I won't say that this city is good for any financial sector. In future, for sure, IT sector is booming here, but again, due to the uncertainty, because of the premier here, and she is also trying to impose some referendums and everything. So because of that uncertainty, the political uncertainty, there could be a possibility that those investors will back off. That's my opinion. I'm not 100% sure if this will happen in future, or maybe it will be the best for Canada, but I don't know. You can see the history of Quebec. They also had referendums, so is it a good thing or not? It's up to you. So decide before coming here. And the third part is lack of cultural diversity. Yes, the city is not diverse. In some areas you would see some diversity, but then in most of the areas there is no diversity. But then a lot of just one type of community living over there. And if you literally would ask someone who lives in the southwest and you would talk about any restaurant in the northeast or in the northwest, they would literally act like, oh, you know what, I've been to northwest last year, seriously. So they would visit these type of quadrants, like different quadrants. There are 4 quadrants, so they will visit out of their quadrant maybe twice a year, or maybe once a year. So they don't have that much exposure, and they don't want to get that exposure. They are happy where they are. But it's not a multicultural city for sure for now. In future, I can see some diversity in the northwest for sure. In the northwest, if you are planning to buy a house here, or just want to visit here, northwest would be, I would say this community is diverse for sure. Obviously, if you're living near downtown, you would have more opportunities to take the public transport. But if you're literally living in northwest, it will take around like 2 hours to get to the downtown, which is like 25 kilometers from here. So it's not even that far, but still the public transport is not that efficient. So you should have a car. And to buy a car here, I would recommend, if you're coming out of province, buy a car from out of province. You won't get many options here, and people are literally a lot of people are basically lying. If you would go there and you look for a car, you would find a lot of issues and a lot of lies. So you cannot trust that much. buy a car out of province. You won't even have a lot of options here, to be honest. So try to get a car before coming here. And the last point is very dry climate and high altitude. So Calgary is basically almost 1,000 meters above the sea levels. So it would be quite different for someone who used to live near a beach, near the sea level. So it can affect your body for sure. It can definitely give you, headaches and Chinook because of the high altitude and the wind temperatures and all the pressures in the system. So this city is not for someone who's fond of living, near a lake or a beach. If you are a mountain guy, if you have already lived in back home, I would say in Islamabad, you're living in the high altitude areas. So yes, the city would be it won't be a big difference. But for a guy who's coming from a tropical place, or living in Karachi, and then suddenly you would move here, you would feel the difference. And that's why make sure that you know your body as well. So that's the reason I would recommend that come here, visit the city during winters, especially during winters. Don't come in the summers. Summers are beautiful, to be honest. Everything looks so amazing, but the real deal is the winter. So make sure that you make a plan, visit this place during winter. So I just wanted to help some people who are actually planning to come here in 2025. Share it with someone who is actually planning to come into 2025. And like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.